Today is September 27th, and today's quote is entitled, "The Price for Entering the Spiritual World." We have heard thousands of times that we should be humble. If we cherish hopes for gaining a position or recognition within the assembly of Vaisnavas, the trinad verse of Siksastakam will never penetrate our hearts. We cannot enter the spiritual world or even enter into real spiritual life unless we feel ourselves truly unqualified for Krishna's service and feel other devotees to be better than ourselves. So, humility is amazing, and it's amazingly difficult to achieve. It's even amazingly difficult to understand, at least understand it completely and deeply, because it's always difficult to understand something unless you can live it, unless you have it. So, false ego, pride, big enemies of Krishna consciousness. If we don't have sufficient degrees of humility, then false ego is going to take over, and false ego is going to look for gratification, acknowledgement. And then, if that's the case, if that's our consciousness, then we can't enter into the real holy name, the Shuddhanam, because it can only be chanted in humility. So, we said here, we cannot enter the spiritual world, or even spiritual life, true spiritual life, unless we feel ourselves truly unqualified for Krishna's service and feel others to be better than ourselves. And, look at yourself sometimes when you're not doing that well or you're not happy. And I would guess that what's happening as part of your consciousness is just starting to look down on devotees, becoming more critical, or just feeling yourself superior, or patting yourself on the back, thinking of how much better I am than the other devotees. And that's really a recipe for depression. It's really a recipe for draining our Krishna consciousness. So if you're ever not doing well, if you're ever not really feeling blissful, if you're starting to feel very negative, just start to think, how is it that I'm looking at other people? Is it with respect? Is it with honor? Or am I looking at them less than me? Is it a condescending attitude? And you'd be surprised to see that many, many, many of your problems are due to the fact our problems that we just don't have sufficient respect for others. Now, humility in the perfect state means that I respect everybody. I see everyone better than me. But that is pretty much inconceivable to us. And the other one is that I feel I have no qualifications whatsoever for bhakti. I'm zero in qualification. And most of us do not feel we have no qualification. We feel we have some good qualities which we can employ in Krishna's service. And we feel that there are people better than us, but we also feel or see or realize there are people who are lower than us. And so true and profound humility comes or reveals itself at that point when we see others as better than ourselves. Amazing, isn't it? And we feel, no matter how qualified we are, we feel, I'm not qualified for bhakti. That's real humility. Something to think about. But reflect on it in your own life when you're interacting with other people and other devotees. Do you actually feel that everyone's better than you? And even if you could artificially feel it just for a while, just try to feel it, you will see that will put you in the proper state to chant, in the proper state to interact with the devotees, in the proper state to understand our books, in the proper state to serve. Even if you do it artificially, because you remove that consciousness of I'm better, I'm a good devotee, I'm qualified, I'm better, and that's destructive. to our spiritual advancement.